Smash.
Ganondorf, the Demon King. Arguably one of the most famous villains across all of gaming. He's such an iconic and honestly really cool character, and you would think that his Smash kit would reflect this. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Ganondorf was only added to Smash Bros. Late into Melee's already rushed production and served as a clone of Captain Falcon of all characters, and he's barely changed over the 22 years since Melee's release. Now, granted, he has had some changes and has some unique factors, but that's still not enough to make him a Falcon, or separate him from being a Falcon clone. This is completely unacceptable in my eyes, and I think it needs to be fixed, like right now. So, as my first video in 2024, I will be doing just that. With that said, let's rewrite Ganondorf's Smash Kit. I'm so pissed off with how Ganondorf's represented right now. I'm not even going to make a joke. I'm just going to jump right into this whole section. For this kit, I'm going to be using the Tears of the Kingdom version of Ganondorf and his boss fight in that game as my main source. But I have pulled from other versions of Ganondorf when necessary. You'll see them sprinkled throughout the kit. It'll be like a fun little Easter egg almost. Not really, I'm going to straight up say it, but you'll get my idea. However, this being a Tears of the Kingdom based kit, Ganondorf will use the Gloom and his Gloom weapons seen in that game, which might I add, are really freaking cool. With all that said, Ganondorf will be a heavyweight character, but he'll be a little bit lighter than he is currently. Think like 8th heaviest character in the game opposed to 5th. Because of this, he'll be a little bit faster overall as well. He still will keep his kill power and damage output though, as this feels very in character for Ganondorf throughout the franchise, especially Tears of the Kingdom. He can have 2 jumps and no additional movement options. Are y'all ready to go through one of the easiest sections I've ever had to do for one of these Smash kits? Seriously, you'd be surprised, but the extra stuff was stupidly easy for Ganondorf. But you are ready? Let's go! Ganondorf's stage entrance can stay somewhat like how it is currently, but utilize gloom instead of dark magic. Ganondorf's up taunt can have him hold a fist up that's shrouded with gloom while he says, "You cannot win." His side taunt can have him beckon the opponents, just like how he does to Link at the beginning of his 3rd phase in Tears of the Kingdom. And his down taunt has him pull out his Gloom Sword and say, "Do not look away." Ganondorf's ults were actually fairly easy to come up with, so let's jump into them. His default will be his Tears of the Kingdom outfit, unsurprisingly. Now let's all take a moment to appreciate the man and the outfit that completely destroyed the internet. His second ult will pull from Yuga, the main antagonist of The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. It's been fused with Vati, who serves as the main antagonist of Four Swords and Four Swords Adventure, and was also in a Minish Cap. His third can be based on the Wind Waker Ganondorf's design, which is actually one of his current ults in Smash Bros. His fourth is also based on one of his current ults, that being the one based on Monster Ganon from older games. His fifth will be based on the Tears of the Kingdom Phantom Ganon and Calamity Ganon from Breath of the Wild. And his sixth can be based on the Desert Vo set found throughout the Era of the Wilds games. His seventh ult can be an ult costume, that being his powered up form seen after obtaining the Secret Stone. And his final ult can come from Demise, whose hatred will eternally be reborn as Ganondorf. For Ganondorf's victories, he can have one where he holds out the Secret Stone like he did after he murdered Queen Sonia, and he can be seen laughing maniacally. Maybe like that, I don't know. His second one can have him clench his fist and say, "I'd almost forgotten the thrill of battle." And the final one can have him sheath his sword and do a fancy little cape flow and say, "It would have been more satisfying to overcome a worthy foe." And that finishes off this section. Let's move on to the Demon King's moveset. Ganondorf's moveset has been completely overhauled. Like, yeah, get that Captain Falcon crap out of here. Ganondorf's jab has him performing vertical slash with a sword, then again to the opposite direction. His forward tilt can actually stay the same, just with a readjusted animation. I chose to keep this because it's actually something Ganondorf can do, specifically in Twilight Princess. His up tilt can have him summon his Gloom Spear and perform an angled spin. This attack comes out fast and can be somewhat spammed, but it doesn't do that much damage. This comes from how Ganondorf summons his spear in Tears of the Kingdom. His down tilt has him perform a lower downward slash. This also comes out fairly fast and has the added advantage of sweeping opponents up. His dash attack can have him stab his spear forward. This attack can be slightly angled. This comes from his spear dash and lunge attacks from Tears of the Kingdom. His side smash is basically how it is currently, but now Ganondorf uses his Gloom Club. This attack's actually in the Tears of the Kingdom boss fight, that being his Gloom Club smash attack. At least that's what the official guidebook says. His up smash will also stay the same, but once again use the Gloom Club. Don't worry, his down smash will change. This will be a simple sword spin. Ganondorf has been seen using this before and can in Tears of the Kingdom. Ganondorf's grab has him grab the opponent by the face and then pummel by tightening his grip. His forward air has him simply punch the opponent to launch them forward. While this doesn't seem that powerful, don't be deceived. This is actually a kill throw, referencing how he killed Sonya in Tears of the Kingdom. Does that make any sense? Probably not. I like it though. His back throw has him summon his Gloom Sphere to sweep and launch the opponent backwards. His up throw has him launch the opponent into the sky using his Gloom. And his down throw has him simply slam the opponent into the ground. One of the worst parts about Ganondorf's current kit is like 3/4 of his specials, so let's change that like now. For Ganondorf's neutral special, he will utilize his Demon King's bow and use Gloom's Volley. This attack takes on two different forms, each depending on how the B button is used. By simply tapping B, Ganondorf will shoot out a single arrow shot, similar to what the pits can do. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but the attack comes out fairly fast and goes a fair distance. Now what happens when you hold it? Well, he'll start holding his shot before he loses the bow entirely and begins charging a large energy ball surrounded by gloom with his hands. When he unleashes this attack, Ganondorf will unleash a powerful shot, which functions similarly to Samus or the Mii Gunner's neutral special. The first version comes from Tears of the Kingdom, obviously, but the second version comes from the Dead Man's Volley attack that Ganondorf is super associated with. Almost every fan kit of him has it. As for Ganondorf's side special, it will be an ability called Malice Choke. Now if you're wondering, yes, this is Flame Choke slightly changed. This ability is actually seen in Twilight Princess and is one of the only good moves in his current moveset. And it's not a Captain Falcon move, so yeah, let's keep it. The only thing that changes is what Ganondorf uses to attack with. Instead of Dark Fire, he'll use the Malice seen in Breath of the Wild. This helps take a good attack and add a nod to Breath of the Wild to it, which is much appreciated from me at least. And it's not going to be his only move that references Breath of the Wild. His up special will also reference Breath of the Wild, somewhat at least. This attack will be called Calamity's Uprising, coming from the uprising of the Calamity. Obviously. This attack is effectively Sephiroth's Blade Dash up special. It is a little bit slower than Blade Dash, not that much slower, but still a noticeable difference. But it does a little bit more damage to compensate. Overall, this attack is better than his current one, and that was the point of doing this, so yeah. And for his down special, Ganondorf will use Gloom Shockwave. Ganondorf will summon his Gloom Club once more and slam it into the ground. When he slams it into the ground, a shockwave of gloom will shoot out around Ganondorf. This attack is a powerhouse of an attack, doing loads of damage, but very little on the knockback end, like almost nothing. Now there is one extra benefit to this move. When it's used, a small gloom ring will linger for a bit, up to 3 to 5 seconds. This gloom ring will damage any opponent that steps on it, and will continue to do so until said opponent gets off the ring. The gloom ring's damage output would be very minimal, but could be useful long term. Overall, this is a powerful attack that can even poison opponents briefly. And now to finish this all off, Ganondorf's final smash. Normally he becomes a beast and rushes forward. Now this does work in the context of the games and everything, but let's change it up and add a little bit of a Tears of the Kingdom flair to it, obviously to fit in with the rest of the kit. So for Ganondorf's final smash, he will become the Demon Dragon. Ganondorf will initiate this non-cinematic final smash by shoving his secret stone into his mouth and exploding with gloom before turning into a dragon. The Demon Dragon will then quickly rush around the stage, damaging opponents in its wake, before sweeping across the stage one last time horizontally to finish off the attack. This attack is very deadly, causing high damage and knockback, and could kill at very high percentages. This final smash would show the true might and terror of the Demon King. Do not look away. You witnessed the Demon King's outro to a Smash Bros. Kit. Do you like my Ganondorf impression? It's not amazing, but it could be worse. Anyway, well, that does it for rewriting Ganondorf Smash Kit. This is one I talked about doing back in May of 2023. It's January 2024 now. How are we still here? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. Yeah, so Ganondorf. What can I say? I hate his current Smash Kit. And this was very fun to do. I seriously enjoyed it. No, but like, real talk, this kit was fun. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to. Down Special took forever to find out. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest, but yeah, I'm very happy with this kit. I think this may be up there on one of my favorites. This and the Zelda rewrite. These two are awesome kits. So yeah, I like this version of Ganondorf. He may be my favorite. I know he's not the most complex. I think that award goes to Wind Waker, even though I haven't played it. But I like him. I like Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf. He's just kind of an a-hole. Yeah, I mean, he killed someone and immediately made this face. Like, I think you win. Yeah. So yeah, honestly, Ganondorf, I love this kit. Yeah, and if we get a Smash 6, which is apparently being rumored and talked about, I don't know if that's gonna actually happen, but if it does, please, for the love of God, I'm begging you, Sakurai, please, like, listen to my plea. Fix Ganondorf Smash Kit. Seriously, change it, completely overhaul it. It sucks. God, that's why I made this video. Okay, moving on. Yeah, that's honestly my only hope for Smash 6. Also think it'd be funny if Kratos got into Smash. I don't know why. I've not played God of War yet. I just think it'd be funny. Honestly. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Well, that's it. That's it for this Smash Kit. It was very fun, and I'm glad to do it. So what's next? It's not Riku. And it's not Link, despite what I've said the past two videos, but I'm not going to say who it is this time because I will jinx it. However, I will give you a hint. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Share with your friends, please, for the love of God. Share with your friends. Yeah. So, with that said, until next Smash Kit, I will see you then. Bye-bye. Bye. I'm leaving. I'm leaving the set entirely. Bye-bye. Bye. Sephiroth. More like Sephiroth not. That's how I end the video. Yep.